All right, welcome back to the Applied Notion Blueprint series. Today, on day 5, is a big one. This is where the magic really starts to happen in our system. We're going to stop treating our data like stuff we just store in a box and start making that data actually work for us. We're building its nervous system. So let's get right into it.
So let me just ask you this. What if your data could actually talk to each other? I mean, seriously. Imagine if your main project's database could just automatically ask your tasks database, hey, how are we doing on progress? And get a real, calculated answer back instantly. Right now, that's just a dream, isn't it? Our data is powerful for sure, but it's sitting there in its own little world, completely silent.
And that's the perfect way to describe where we are right now. We're basically dealing with these isolated islands of data. We've built some incredible structures so far, but they're not really working together. Not yet, anyway.
Think back to day 3, right? We put all that work into building our amazing master projects database. It's awesome, it's the engine for everything we do. But here's the thing, it has no idea that our client's database even exists. It doesn't know about our meeting notes. It's just this powerful, lonely island, completely cut off from all the other islands of information. We've created information silos. And today we're smashing those silos down.
So, how do we connect these islands? Well, we're going to build some bridges. The source material calls them strategic bridges, and that is exactly what they are. This is the moment we go from just having a bunch of disconnected lists to creating a truly intelligent, interconnected network. The main tool we use to build these bridges is a property called a relation. Now you can see the technical definition right here, a pointer that provides a logical link between two different database records. Kind of sounds a bit dry, right? But trust me, that simple phrase is hiding some serious power.
Okay, this is so important to understand. A relation is not just a fancy hyperlink. A hyperlink is a one-way street. It's like shouting at someone from across the room. You link from page A to page B, but page B has absolutely no clue that it's being referenced. A Notion relation, though, that's a two-way conversation. It's a handshake. Both databases become aware of each other. It's a real relationship.
And that's really the heart of it. We're not just pointing from one thing to another. We are literally creating a conversation between our data. We're teaching our databases how to talk to each other. And that changes, well, it changes everything.
All right, so we've built the bridges, the data is talking, now what? Well, now we get to do some real magic. We can actually start passing information across those bridges automatically. And we do that with this amazing feature called the rollup.
The property is called a rollup, and get this, the source material has this perfect description. It says it works by piggybacking through an established relationship. How great is that? It literally piggybacks on that bridge we just built, runs over to the other database, grabs the info we told it to, and brings it right back. It's like having your own little data delivery service. And setting one up is super easy. It's just 3 quick steps. First, you just point it to the right bridge. That's the relation you want to use. Second, you tell it what specific piece of data you want to look at on the other side, say, the status of all your tasks. And finally, you tell it what to do with that information, like, hey, calculate the percentage of tasks that are marked complete. Boom, done.
And what this creates is a really powerful concept called data inheritance. It means your project's database can now automatically inherit information from all its related tasks. So think about it. As your team checks off tasks, that overall project progress bar, it just fills up on its own. You update the info in one place, the task, and the system updates the big picture for you. No more double entry.
And this is the payoff, right here. Manual data entry is over. That tedious, error-prone job of updating project progress in 3 different places, it's gone. The system does the heavy lifting for you now, keeping everything perfectly in sync all the time.
And look, this is way more than just a cool technical trick. Connecting our data like this has a real, profound, human benefit. It dramatically reduces our mental load.
This whole architecture enforces what system designers call the single source of truth. It's a core principle. It just means your data lives in one and only one place. Everything else you see is just a view or a calculation of that one true source. And what that means for you is no more conflicting versions of a project status, and no more wondering which number is the right one. The system just knows.
Which brings us to the biggest takeaway for today. When you connect your data, it transforms. Individual data points become real, actionable information, and your collection of databases becomes a true intelligent system that is far, far more powerful than any of its individual components.
Okay, so let's just zoom out for a second and put all this together. Over the last few days, we've basically been assembling the anatomy of a powerful digital workspace.
On day 3, we built the skeleton, right? Those are our master databases, the strong structural bones that give our entire system its shape.
Then on day 4, we gave that skeleton senses. We use dynamic views to create different ways of seeing and interacting with our data, like a calendar or a board, giving us the context we need to understand our work. We gave it eyes.
And today, we did maybe the most important part. We built the nervous system. With Relations and Rollups, we created the pathways that allow signals, that's our data, to travel between the brain and the limbs, making the entire system come alive and react automatically.
So I'll leave you with this thought. Your system is no longer just a passive container for information. It's active. It remembers connections and it performs calculations for you. The real question is, now that your system is starting to think, what will you have it do next? What new intelligence can we build on top of this foundation? We'll explore that next time. See you then.